What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another episode of Stardew Valley. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today. Did a little bit of fishing. I mean, we caught some stuff. Honestly, it's a little bit time-consuming, but I wanted to give a gift to somebody today. Actually, was it today or tomorrow? Let me go ahead and take a look at the calendar. We got a birthday coming up, and I can't remember what day it is. It's Gus's birthday today. We also have somebody who's looking for 20 copper ores as part of a local geological survey. Okay, so Clint wants ore. I think I can make that work because I was planning on adventuring a little bit in the coming episodes. I think the next couple days we'll probably spend most of our time down in the dungeon after we get done watering. I'm really hoping this tilapia works as a gift. He didn't like gemstones, so... Oh, it's for my birthday? Oh, man, you suck. These people are the worst. Like, for real. I've given him so many different things. Like, there's just certain people in town that they, like, hate everything. No matter what you give them. That was like a gold quality tilapia. That was a giant waste. Like, we could have sold that for so much money. I found some wild fruits. I'd just pretend like I loved it. I'd be like, yay, I got a fish for my birthday, because that's what social graces dictate. When somebody goes and gets you something for your birthday, it might not be like your favorite thing you ever got. It might actually be a bad gift or whatever, but it's the thought that counts, so just go with it. Whatever. I don't feel like it's disingenuous. I questioned that for a little bit when I was a kid. Like, my mom was like, yeah, even if you don't like it, they're there, just pretend like you like it, and it'll be fine, right? Never know if that's like disingenuous or if it's like okay, like, because you don't want to be like, this gift sucks. So I figure I'll probably just stick with what's worked over the course of my life. I don't know if I want to plant more seeds. I could plant more seeds right now, like right there. That's already fertilized, so technically it wouldn't be a waste. We'll have minor infusions of cash coming in here and there, but for right now what we really need to do is let's unload all these fish. I spent a bunch of time today fishing. And so we should be able to make at least a little bit of cash off of our time. If it's in excess of 500 bucks, I'll just be like, oh, right. That'll be quite the day for us. And I think that'll be absolutely acceptable. I'm going to run up to the top up here. Our cat looks like it's been hit by a car. But have no fear. He's just sleeping. He just sleeps like a freight train hit him. Ah, we got a diggy spot right here. Another book. So we got ourselves... Well, it doesn't tell you what the book is, but we found another lost book. It's kind of like a lost boy. It's like a vampiric version of a book. Sucks your soul out when you open it. Just away with your soul. And you'd be like, no, I needed that. Okay, I didn't need it that much. It was kind of lightly used anyways. We've got... Oh, that's only 4 adjacent tiles. So that's top, bottom. Okay, so the first sprinkler is really bad. We don't even want to mess with that. The first sprinkler is pretty terrible. It's not going to be helpful to us hardly at all. You'd have to make such a fat grid of them in order to get it to work that... Why bother? We've got a tapper right here. Place on a maple, oak, or pine tree and wait for the reservoir to fill with product. Oh, maybe I'll do a couple of those too. That's actually resources that we have on hand, and since it's one of those things that we can ignore and still make money off of it, that sounds mighty, mighty fine to me. I'm letting my fence die because I don't think it matters. Redig that right there. And then we'll go to bed for the night. It's going to be an early turn-in for us because there's not really much else to accomplish. And we are all out of that big E-bar, so we're better at fishing. To choose a profession, we can be a trapper, which means resources required to craft crab pots or less, or fisher. I'm going to go with fisher because that seems just blatantly better. Wow, we made more money than I expected. We made about $2,000. Perfect. Good. I need to make more money. Our farm is not turning a profit right now. I mean, most of the things that I'm pulling out, I'm investing back in. So in all honesty, that last thing, we upgraded our axes, and it didn't really cost us anything, so that's pretty sweet. Weather report, Kozu 5, weather forecast for tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day. It's been a beautiful sunny day non-stop. We haven't had a single rainy day this entire time. I'm going to take that as a complaint. Got a few mo peppers. I know people are probably like, why have you not sold your peppers? Well, I'll get around to it. Basically, I want to have like one giant, huge-ass harvest sale like at the end of the season and just kind of like see how much money we could take in. I may or may not follow through with that one. It might be a hollow threat. I am known for those. Nope, I'm not. I don't know why I say things like that in the middle of the episode sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I'm just grasping for things to talk about. Sometimes, let's open up a new branch of dialogue. We'll do it like this. I'll just say some shit, and then hopefully it turns out okay and nobody calls me on it. Hooray! We should probably make some taps. I think making some taps is a really, really cool idea, but I'm going to do it at the end of the day once we've already done all of our fun stuff like dungeon diving. I don't know what these are. Are these melons right here? I don't know what I planted right there. I'm leaning towards melon. I'm thinking it's got to be melon. How many harvests we're going to get out of this corn? We get 2 or 3. I think I could be okay with that. God, we go through so much energy just watering. We definitely need to... I think we got a dungeon up today. Thinking we got a dungeon up today. The pepper will only give us 13 right there with a hint of sweetness. A hot pepper. I can't have anything spicy right now, and I love spicy. Doctor thinks I have an ulcer or something. By the way, I didn't talk about it yet because it's unverified, and I was kind of trying to keep it off the channel, but... yeah, doctor thinks I have an ulcer or something, so if you're wondering why I'm on a weird diet right now, that's why. He thinks I'm exacerbating the issue. I'm sorry, she thinks I'm exacerbating the issue with my terrible diet. Because apparently I eat a lot more greasy and spicy food than most people do. I had no idea that I was living that kind of life. I thought I ate pretty normally by comparison to most people. Like, I don't feel sick or anything, at least not until recently. So she's got me on this crazy diet where basically I drink water and I eat sticky rice out of my rice cooker. I've been mixing sticky rice with ramen powder, and that's like the only way that I've been getting through so far. You don't actually realize like how many things are greasy, have like butter or fat in them or anything else, or like salt until like you can't have it. And then you're like, oh my god, like everything in my fridge right now, I can eat lettuce. I just went through my entire fridge and I can eat turkey breast or I can eat lettuce. And that's pretty much, man, this is making for some pretty sorry sandwiches right about now. Some pretty sorry sandwiches. I've been doing turkey wraps. I've been taking tortillas and I just wrap turkey in it and then I just heat it up. And I just get after that. It's not necessarily the most satisfying, but doctor's orders. If a doctor gives you an order, kids, you should probably go along with it. They probably know better than you do. I mean, I've met some quackish doctors in my day, but I don't think my doctor is one of them. She definitely seems to be a nice lady. She seems pretty cool. Seems pretty cool. Fun fact, though, your doctor may touch your bung. It might happen. It happened to me. It happened to me. I went to the doctor's office, and we were having a pleasant conversation, and next thing I know, I'm bent over a table. And they are just inspecting areas of me that, for example, I have never inspected. She now has a greater knowledge of that area of my body than I do. I'm like, well then, where do we go from here? I tried to make a joke about it too, like I tried really hard. Wow, that guy is taking hits right there. I don't know what that is, but good God, he does not fall over. He is a tough little bastard. Alright, so I actually brought a lot of things in here that I shouldn't have brought. I'm gonna eat this spice berry, because it is going to give us a huge amount of energy, and we could use it for right now. The reason I'm down in here, in case you're inquiring, is because we've actually got a copper ore quest, and until we solve that, we can't get paid. But yeah, I tried to make a joke about it, but I was like, Doc, I'm going to be really honest with you right now. I envy your ability to be clinical. I was like, if my job was just to look at people that I don't even know, if I had to look at their, like, whale eye, or if I had to look at their brown star or whatever all day, every day, I'd have to make jokes. Like, there's no way. I would have to make a joke somehow. I'm just that person. Like, I have to diffuse tension by making humor. And I get fired. They'd be like, Doctor made joke about my butthole on Yelp. Like, I didn't mean to. It just kind of happened. Oh, man. We're about to get run up on. I suspect bad things are about to happen. I don't know what happens when gray gas comes in. But when green gas comes in, that never works out well for me either. So, let's make for the treasure real fast. See what we can eke out of this place. Oh, man. Oh, we got 2 ladders. Has anybody verified there? I don't know if there would be a way to verify because you can't come back to previous levels. But I wonder if the ladders lead to the same place. Or if it's like giving you 2 separate options, like a branching path for where you want to go. Yeah, let's just get out of here. I don't feel like dealing with them right now. We are going to have to chisel our way through. We're not at the iron layer yet. We're still pretty far out. Not like really, really far out, but far out enough. Oh, there's our ladder. So I'll try to keep mental track of that because I know I have a really, really bad track record for keeping an eye on all these various ladders that I'm supposed to be going down. I just wanted to take a look around for more copper nodes and then further areas with like treasure boxes or anything like that because we haven't gotten any good treasure in a while. And so I would like to expand our collection of treasure-related objects. If we could get like a mega geode, that would work too. Ah, see, we got a little bit of quartz up in here. Grab that real fast, and then it looks like we've dead-ended out on that side. So I'm going to do my best to weave my way back through the darkness, avoiding giant head-sized beetles that somehow fly. It's a terrifying dungeon, by the way. I don't want to mess around with bugs the size of my head. I'm not afraid of bugs, but once they get past like a certain threshold, I feel like it hits critical mass and everyone's afraid of them past that point. I was afraid of a bullfrog. I was afraid of a bullfrog. I'll finish my Dr. Butthole story in just a minute. Well, I'll finish it now. So anyways, we'll get back to Bullfrog. I got too many narratives running right now. So anyways, I tried to make a joke about it because the doctor's kind of cute. And so I was like, whatever. She's already, how much worse could this get? Worst first date ever. But like, how much worse could it get? I tried to make a joke about it. But all I was like, Doc, I got to be honest with you right now. Normally, I'm the guy that's got a quip for everything, but I can't think of anything witty at the moment. And she fired back hella quick. She's like, on the plus side, at least you're not female. And I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And she's like, oh, that investigation would have gotten so much worse if you were female. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I will fold my hand there and I will just accept what I've received. Like, man, ain't no secrets between us, Doc. Although I don't think I want there to be secrets in between me and my doctor. Like, I think I want my doctor to know, like, everything about me and my lifestyle just in case. It seems like it would help out with her job and, like, her investigation. So, whatever. Not really that hurt, but I know that I could never be a doctor because I could just never be clinical about it like that. I could never tell somebody, like, bend over the table, I'm about to spread your cheeks without making some kind of joke. Like, I would have to try and... It's just too awkward for me. I have to make a joke about it. Maybe it's just because it becomes mundane to doctors. They'd be like, I've looked at so many buttholes at this point that they all just bleed together. It's not like I've got, like, this mental... How bad would that be, though, if you had, like, an eidetic memory and then you were just, like, a proctologist? Like, your job... You remember every butthole you've ever seen. You'd be like, oh, yeah, Mr. Paulson, that third wrinkle... That third wrinkle was kind of interesting. You should probably come back in next time. 20 years later, you still remember Mr. Paulson's, like, third wrinkle. You're like, Jesus. I can't see worth ass right now. So I'm just going to swing in a direction and hope I get him. I do have an extra torch, so technically I could defuse this situation slightly, but... Is that one of the purple ones? No, that's not one of the purple ones. Did we find our ladder yet? I don't think that we did. We kill a few more oh, there's actually like a brick wall right... So how do I get over there? There's a brick wall on that side. Did I miss an avenue over... No, this is actually like a firm wall. Okay. So maybe that's the difference in the two ladders right there? I don't know. Unless I missed something right here. Ah, there it is. Okay. Never mind. There was a little passageway right there that I had walked right on by. Break that guy on up and get a couple of cave carrots, which will actually probably be helpful. Because I think we're going to have issues. I don't know if those are golems or what those are supposed to be. That kind of like a Brer Rabbit-ass appearance. I don't really know what to do with them. Don't know what to think about them. Don't know what to do with them. Oh, it actually weaves back down this way. Okay, you got anything for me down here? Nay, said the dungeon. They got nothing for us. They got absolutely nothing. We're on floor 55. And we made... I'm sorry, 35. And it's 5:30. We've got a little bit of time left to explore. Ain't nothing down there. Ain't really nothing on that side neither. Let's head on back to the left. The Shadowrun setting. Oh yeah, frogs. So I was terrified of frogs. I've never been scared of frogs before in my entire life. Like, I can gig a frog. I'm not worried about that part. Like, I can gig a frog, get my hands on him. Not afraid of him. Until I saw a frog that was like the size of a very, very large bowling ball. I was like, that is a huge frog, and I do not feel okay about this. I saw it on the Jeff Corwin experience. By the way, Jeff Corwin, are you ever going to come back to television? Like, he was the only person that I thought was ready to not replace Steve Irwin, but at least he was kind of, like, on the same level as Steve Irwin. Like, he was funny, he was charismatic, his show was good, it got kids interested in animals and conservation and stuff like that. And then he just did a couple of seasons with Animal Planet, and then he never did it ever again. I don't know if they cut him or he just decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Or maybe he just wanted to work in the zoo instead of doing TV, but I miss Jeff Corwin. He whipped out a frog at one point that was, like, ridiculously huge. Like, it was the most enormous frog I've ever seen in my entire life. And this enormous frog had, like, these things on the side of its head that, like, exude poison or something like that. They're like little zits. And Jeff, he squeezed him, and, like, it would ooze all this shit all over the place. Kind of like I guess the textural thing that I would give you is, like, you know how when you've got, like, a dill pickle and you squeeze it and all the seeds pop out? It was like that. It was gnarly. Like, ew, I don't like frogs anymore. You have ruined frogs for me. Frogs are ruined forever. I will now assume that every frog has those weird zitty things on the side of its head that it uses as a defense mechanism, and that every frog is now 30 feet tall. And he reached up inside of a tree trunk, too. Like, he didn't just, like, pull the frog out of anywhere. We might actually make it down to the 40th floor if we can keep this together. There's a chance. I know I've got a long history of pushing things too close when I go down into the dungeon and not quite making it. It'll depend how much combat we get into, too. They keep waiting until I pull out my tools. And the bat runs around until I pull out a tool and attacks right when I pull it out. It's a really obnoxious habit to have. I don't know if he's planning it or if he's just strategically, accidentally landing in a place where he's landing, but either way, he needs to stop. Pretty good chance those guys will drop one of the things that we need to go to the next floor. I didn't bring bombs or anything with me, so unfortunately, kind of stuck for right now. May end up mining. Ladder. Where you at right now, Ladder? You around? You want to come with me? You want to be my friend? Or are you going to be very, very difficult and be my enemy? Ladder, I will come at you. Oh, man, we're out of energy, too. I don't even know if it's worth it to refill the energy right now. It's already 9 o'clock. Yeah, let's just head back to base. By the time I walk back home, we didn't make it. It's tough to do. It's really tough to do like a 10-floor sprint, especially with limited time left. If it was like 4 in the afternoon and we've been doing this all day, like I'd started bright and early in the morning, I'd say get after it and just not worry about it, but we've got limited time left, and so it might not even be worth the energy expenditure to go in on that. We do have like a thing over here. What is that? It's a rusty cog. Okay. Obviously, that's one of those Gunter items, I think. We'll take that back over to him and see what he's got to say about it. Energy's so low right now that I probably shouldn't have risked digging that just so we didn't end up with... I don't think that's it either. They weren't wiggling. Maybe they died underneath the soil. I wasn't positive. It's definitely faster to go around the back way, by the way. I've been wasting all kinds of time walking through town. I'm just letting you know, if you can get away with it, you should just go around the other way. Did I get the 20 things that I needed? I don't know if I got 20 copper ores. Clint might be at the bar, but frankly, if we miss the quest, I'm not going to weep about it. Level 3 combat, we got the Roots Platter. Yeah, we don't have the quest anymore, so it doesn't give you a 0th day. Karina Sauce is a rerun. Weather report saying the forecast for tomorrow is going to be clear and sunny. And there's going to be perfect weather for the luau, actually. I forgot to mention that. We got to go to the luau. So that tuna that I was saving, bammo. Foresight. Dear Figgle Farmer, tomorrow we're all gathering at the beach for the annual Pelican Town luau. The highlight of the event is the communal potluck. Make sure you bring something good to contribute. The governor himself is attending the event, so make sure you're on your best behavior. Come to the beach sometime between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Mayor Lewis. That'll be fun. That'll be good. But yeah, that's what I was saving the fish for. If you got the space for it, you should absolutely either save a gold star fish or a gold star harvest for that. If you don't, you might regret it. I'm going to sell all of those because they're all gold quality. I don't have a ton of stuff to get rid of right here. You should hold on to the monster wings. You got bat wings. And then you've also got slime piles. You should hold on to those because later on you're going to have to sell them still. I don't really have a whole lot of stuff in my inventory right now, so I'm going to sell all that. I'll probably start refining some of the copper so that we can start playing around with taps. I think that's a good idea for the day. I don't know why I enunciated taps like that. I know some of you will call me out and be like, why did you enunciate taps like that all weirdly? Because I did. I don't know. It came out like that. Every now and again, I try to take a risk with the way I enunciate. Try to live dangerously on the line, and it just does not work out for me on occasion. Got a watering can. Throw the bat wings in there. The stones. We got geodes. We actually have enough geodes right now to where we could go and break them open and just like hope that we get something cool out. Probably do that later. Not right now. Not right now. Did I already sell stuff? I don't know that I sold stuff, but we got melons. This is another one of the summer harvest things that we... Oh, the melons are not done yet. Oh, I thought those were finished. Okay, I was getting all excited and I was getting all up in the saddle before we were even out of there. Okay, out of water. Let's get our watering done. Tomorrow's going to be the luau. Basically for the luau, it's an internal contest for the game where you've got to bring some kind of food to the potluck. So you can bring like a really awesome meal, like a gold star. Don't bring a finished product though. You can bring like a gold star fish. You can bring a gold star seafood. You can bring like a gold star whatever you want. A gold star pepper, a harvest. And based on what you put into the pot, it changes the overall configuration of the pot. And you ended up with either a better meal or a worse meal. And so my recommendation to you would be to take something really, really good. Personally, I always bring like a gold star fish to it. And it's never failed me yet. If in doubt, look at how much it sells for or look at how much energy it gives you. And that's usually a fairly indicative barometer for like how good the thing is. I think that's already watered over there. Normally I don't have to refill twice, but I think it's because I started with a watering can that wasn't full to begin with, so that's cool. My hood is falling off my head in a weird way, and it's annoying me. I sit with hoods when I'm on the computer. I'm a recluse like that. Is this stuff ever going to be done over here? Man, these corn farms, they got a long startup time, but hopefully once they start fruiting and like giving us that good stuff, it would be my most sincere hope that once those actually fruit, they'll occur a little bit more frequently. Break some of these stones around my base. In fact, I might make some stone walls for around... No, let's work on the taps actually for today. Let's work on the taps. My cat heard that, by the way. He's like acting all jealous. He's like, hey, where's the new cat at? Where's the new cat? I'm gonna fight him. Where's the new cat at? You better tell me. I'm gonna find him either way. I got those smell receptors. Ollie fights everything that I bring the house in for. If I bring a new thing into the house, he fights it. That's just all you need to know. Like, if anything new comes inside the house, he's gonna fight it. Dogs, cats, rodents, doesn't matter. He'll fight it. Got the... Actually, we needed to refine some of this. Where's my coal at? I know I've got more coal around. I think it was just wood and copper that allowed us to tap a bunch of trees, but I wouldn't mind actually taking these and lining up maple trees up here and then tapping those possibly. Either way, we've got stuff to accomplish. I may make myself a couple more melters and smelters too, like 2 more. I think 4 would be enough to basically get rudimentary smelting done in like a timely fashion, whether we're doing quartz or anything else. God, actually I don't have a lot of coal on me right now. I thought I had more coal than I actually had, but it appears to me as though... Oh, we got lots of maple seeds though. That's good. So let's maybe consider some maple tree taps out here. Now, when you plant trees, all areas around the tree have to be empty, so you want to space them a little bit. Even this might be a little bit close for me. However, if we get these maple trees up and going, I'm just going to have like some service taps for right now, like taps that are out in the middle of nowhere, and we'll make those work as best we can. Got a couple of coppers right there. Burn off a couple of more. Where did I leave my copper bars? Did I put them inside or outside? I must have put them inside then. I can't imagine how we're going to get a couple, like 100 of the hardwoods or whatever. We'll have to sort that out at some point. There they are. Let's take a look at our crafting menu. And as far as taps are concerned, we need 40 wood per tap. So that's pretty expensive as far as wood expenditures go. Our question now would be, do we want to save the 4,000 gold in order to get ourselves a coop? And a silo. 4,100 gets us a coop and a silo, and then chickens are pretty expensive after that. I mean, with the taps, we'd be up and running right now. We'd be good to go right this second, and we wouldn't have to worry about anything else. We could plant the remainder of these seeds, and we would be solid. We've got the maple orchard right here, and we could start putting taps in. In fact, I'm slightly suspicious that the reason why these need to be spaced in the way that they're spaced is because I think the taps might need space in order to work properly. Let's go after taps, I think. Let's try taps out. For now, I'll probably just put some out in the forest. This is a... What kind of tree is this? Which one is the maple? That one's obviously the pine. Let's practice with one, maybe. Let's practice with one. So I'm going to take out a little bit of wood. I don't know how lucrative this is going to be either. This is a fairly cheap object for us to use. And so with our tapper here, doesn't appear to want to work so much. Maybe... Oh, you actually got to put it like in the tree. Okay, I thought you were going to put it alongside it maybe, but yeah, that makes sense. That's how a tap works. So we'll leave that guy right there. We'll use that as a test bed basically, just to see what we get out of it. I mean, even if it's like 25 gold a day or like 10 gold a day or something like that, it would still be worth it with this big field up here, because we'd be looking at, that's a 5x3, 15 trees each producing 150 gold a day. Yeah, that's not bad. That's money. I mean, it's money for the cash fire, because this game you definitely seem to burn up a little bit of cash. I will probably handle my harvest right about now, make a little bit more money, because I've basically wasted the entire day dicking around doing nothing anyways. Let me get everything out of here that is not a special harvest. So you go back inside. I need you for our harvest. We've got bait sitting around. I'll probably refine that a little bit later. These guys can go out to the front. We've got the wood right there, the stone. Okay. A minor crop of venerables today, but at least we grew something today. Got a little bit of stone right there. Got those rocking. I'll probably chop trees for the remainder of the day. Did I need a radish for the summer harvest bundle? No, I just needed a blueberry, a tomato, a melon, and a pepper. I'm hoping all those things are planted in there. Blueberries grow pretty fast, though, so my guess is that probably not. Ugh, no, don't eat the grape. Yeah, throw that inside of there. Sell off the rest of the harvest, and that'll give us a little bit of cash for the day. We can't go to the store to get blueberry seeds or anything just yet because we're waiting on other stuff. I can't chop trees because my axe is with Clint. Tomorrow we're not going to get to do anything either because we're going to harvest and then we're going to go to the luau. Yikes. Well then, I'm going to contemplate for a minute. I want to break off the episode right here before I contemplate. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for the next episode of Stardew Valley. I'll see you in future episodes. Bye!